At a Thanksgiving dinner, Dad said, "Not everyone here at this table deserves a seat tonight." Everyone chuckled, stared right at me. Can you imagine sitting down to Thanksgiving dinner, a meal that's supposed to be about family, only to have your own father look you dead in the eye and say, "Not everyone at this table deserves to be here"? What would you do when every single person turns to stare at you, knowing exactly who he meant? That was my first Thanksgiving home in almost 6 years, and the bitter taste of that moment still lingers. My name is Olivia, and that night, everything shifted for good. Growing up in Omaha, our house smelled of motor oil and Sunday dinners. A strange mix, right? It was warm, yes, but also noisy and absolutely packed with unspoken rules. My dad, Frank Bennett, he was all about grit and grime. He fixed engines, and in his own twisted way, he tried to fix people the same way, by tightening what he didn't understand. To him, success was sweat on your brow, grease under your nails. Books? Ideas? Those were for people who didn't know how to really work. I used to love sitting on the cold concrete floor of his auto shop, watching the sparks fly. It felt like magic, the way he could bring something dead back to life. But even then, my mind was always buzzing, trying to understand why things worked, not just how. I wanted to trace the circuits, uncover the invisible patterns. He just called it overthinking. My mom, Margaret, she was a quiet melody in our house. Gentle, patient, always smoothing out the tension before it could erupt. Whenever Dad snapped, usually at me for messing with something useless, or forgetting my place, she'd murmur, "He means well, Liv. You know how he is." It became a twisted lullaby, wrapping me up and shutting me down all at once. Then there was Cole, my older brother. The golden boy. Quarterback, captain of everything. Dad's chest would puff up with pride at every Friday night game. His trophies filled a whole wall in our living room. The pride of the Bennetts, everyone called him, and Dad never corrected them. The silence that followed spoke volumes. Cole was what I should have been. And I wasn't jealous, not exactly. I just wanted to be seen. While Cole was out throwing footballs, I was digging through the junkyard behind our house, collecting old radios, broken speakers, discarded circuit boards. My garage became my secret lab. Hours after school, cross-legged on the floor, screwdriver in one hand, a flashlight clamped between my teeth. I learned to make old parts sing again. The first time I fixed a busted transistor radio, when I was 12, and a song from the 80s fuzzed to life, I nearly cried. That hum of static, that felt like belonging. But Dad? He'd just walk in, smell the solder, and grumble, "You're wasting electricity." If I tried to show him what I'd fixed, he'd shake his head. "That's not real work, Liv. You can't feed yourself with that." Then he'd ruffle Cole's hair and say, "Now there's a kid who knows how to." Full story video added in below.